Hi, I'm Peter Tann. I'm an ambassador for Cancer Council and I hate cancer. I guess the first experience was way back in the mid-70s. My wife and I had just got married and come to Australia, and my wife's mother, when we left England, was having trouble with her back. We thought it was just slip disc or something. It turned out it was breast cancer that had spread. So I think it was 1975 she passed away, and that was our first experience with cancer. Fast forward now, I guess, to about 1997. I was having a torrid time at work with the company I was working for was in a lot of trouble, and then Fran got breast cancer. Luckily, she just had a lumpectomy and radiation, and we thought that was it, all done. And in 2004, she had breast cancer again in the other breast, different type of cancer, and this one was a lot more aggressive. So she had the lumpectomy, radiation, and chemo. Chemo is just horrible. You watch someone you love being systematically poisoned. It's just not fun. And at the same time, her sister, who lives in Northern Ireland, got breast cancer, and her husband was terminal with throat cancer or lung cancer, I forget which, all at the same time. So pretty torrid time for us. And then fast forward again up to 2012 when I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. I had low dose radiation, 30 lots of that, and then I went to the REH for high dose brachytherapy because I didn't want surgery, personal choice. And then I was just past that, and my so I was just recovering from my treatment and hadn't dealt with it emotionally properly, I don't think. And my 3-year-old grandson had a brain tumour, so he had brain surgery, took a tumour about the size of a tennis ball out of his brain. Then he had chemo. He spent, well, probably felt like all of 2013 in hospital having treatment. Lost his vision through it completely because the tumour cut off the blood supply to his optic nerve. And my son and daughter-in-law were told that he probably wouldn't see his 4th birthday, and he's now 11. When he was 5, he had radiation, which was sort of really put a stop to the growth of the remaining tumours, because he's still got 3. More recently, they'd started growing again, and surgery is not an option, and they've sent off some tissue samples to somewhere, I forget the name, somewhere in Queensland, and came back and he's now on some sort of genetic treatment rather than chemo, which was the other alternative. So, and that seems he's actually started that treatment now, so he seems to be going pretty good on that. The only thing is he can't go out in the sun without sunscreen on or covered up, because it makes him very susceptible to UV rays, and looks like he's got goosebumps all the time on his skin, but that's the only side effects he's got with this, which is a big win. Okay, so I talked about my grandson Alex. Some of you probably know him from I think it was 3 years ago when he became Adelaide's greatest ever fireman, and he rescued Travis Boak and Erin Phillips from the beehive corner. Went up there, and the city was basically shut down for a while, and I think there was about 10,000 people there cheering him on, which was great. So that's my grandson. He's been through a lot over the years, and his mum has been, Jo, who's my daughter-in-law, has been really diligent, and every time he's had something major done at the Women's and Children's Hospital, be it surgery, radiation, bloods, an MRI, he's even got a few special ones where he's had ambulance carries as an emergency. She's collected a little bead for him, and I'd just like to show you his beads, if I may. So these are about 12 feet long. This is what he's had done since he turned 3 in 2012. All pretty good. I mean, we've all had rough patches, I guess. So he goes to the school for the vision impaired, and he's a loving kid, enjoys life. Yeah, who knows, 10, 15 years, maybe they can grow another optic nerve for him. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, the medical research at the moment is amazing. Well, I'd already been a volunteer for a few years before I got diagnosed, and I think the ambassador program was sort of pretty new off the ground there, and I retired from work and was looking for things to do, and we'd been out to tour down under, and the Kite Festival, and a few other things with Cancer Council, handing out sunscreen. Enjoy it. I love the interaction with people, and I never thought I'd say this, but I actually really enjoy going out to biggest morning teas and talking to people and sharing my experiences. Try not to cry all the time. It's an opportunity to go and tell people about the work that Cancer Council's doing. We've got the prevention programs, we've got the support programs, and the research. It's a kind of a complete package. And if we don't get funding from people at events like that, are we ever going to find a cure? I guess we will eventually, but it's just going to take a lot longer. I would love to think that in my lifetime we'll actually see a cure for all cancer. Thank you, basically, because the funds that you raise from doing an event like this enables to run all the programs that Cancer Council does for the support, research and prevention. As a cancer survivor, I'd like to thank you for hosting an Australia's biggest morning tea.